Hello everyone, this is your 5 and welcome to the Go Essential Toy Review. And today's we're looking at the 2009 release by Mattel of the DC US Classics action figure review. And today's action figure review, we're looking at Wave 7, figure number 3 that comes with the Collect and Connect piece, the right leg of Atom Smasher. And we'll be looking at Blue Beetle. Now, I got this straight from eBay and this cost me for about 100 ringgit with shipping, of course. It's a bit more pricier compared to the retail pricing of, well, 79 ringgit and 90 cents. Problem is that it's pretty hard to find Blue Beetle figure in a lot of retail stores. Worse still, some of the toy shops tend to sell, well, for Blue Beetle figure, we had the right leg of Atom Smasher, and they still charge you the same pricing, which I really don't want to get that. I want everything in mint package, so I was forced to get this figure straight from eBay. Now let's take a look at the front part packaging itself, especially the back portion of the packaging. You got a nice little artwork that featured all the characters that appeared in Wave 7. We have Big Brother on one corner here, the Ocean Warrior, Aquaman, Flash and Kid Flash, as you can see there, Captain Cole, Booster Gold and Steeds, and the main man himself, Blue Beetle, at the corner here. Inside the packaging we have the figure holding his accessory, and at the bottom there is the right leg of Atom Smasher, as you can see there. Now let's take a look at the back portion of the packaging. Now at the back portion of the packaging we have the rest of the figures in this wave. The Ocean Warrior Aquaman that comes with the upper and middle torso, Kid Flash with the right arm, Blue Beetle with the right leg for this package, of course. Then we have Booster Gold with the left leg, which I already reviewed, so that's Ocean Warrior Aquaman. And then Big Brother with the left arm, Captain Cole with the head and lower torso, and finally we have the Flash that comes with the figure stand. All the parts combined, of course, we have the figure stand, builds Atom Smasher. Here we have the biography, but I can't read out the biography because it's been plastered out with the Mattel from East Asia. Yes, I got this straight from China actually. And at the bottom here is statistics. First appearance Captain Atom, bracket first series, issue number 83, November 1966. Real name Theodore, quote and unquote, Ted Cott. Occupation industrialist / adventurer. Base of operations New York City. Special abilities: mastery of multiple martial arts, ingenious inventor. Blue Beetle BB gun with non-lethal compressed air blast and blinding strobe, quote and unquote, the Bug, solar powered vehicle equipped with non-lethal weapons and stealth attributes. Very nice. So without further ado, let's open up this packaging so we can molest the figure. Be right back. And we're back after the figure and the rest of the stuff out from packaging. Now let's take a look at the Collect and Connect piece, the right leg of Atom Smasher. Now the mode is, well, the majority of the mode is basically the same as any typical DC US Classics male right leg mode, except well, the changes are at the boots there, of course, and the size for obvious outlook. As you can see, for size comparison, the leg stood at Blue Beetle's chest area. As you can see, it's quite tall. Very nice. Now the leg mode is nothing that spectacular from the majority of the portion. Only the boots looks very nicely done. As you can see, the leg mode here is basically the same thing with a lot of muscle tones there. As you can see, one side of the leg, the red part is not painted, that's pure red plastic color. Now there's a bit of shading going on here, very nice. On the other side is all painted in dark blue, no shading at all. That's the joint itself that connects to the crotch area for the figure. Now the boots is nicely molded, as you can see, nicely sculpted with a lot of rivets going on, a lot of linings going on, and patches, very nice. Now the boots are actually painted in grey color. Problem is there's a lot of spilling going on. As you can see here, there's a spilling here, there's a bit of bleeding going on, not really nicely done. Bleeding bled onto the upper leg portion. bit of smudge of the shading of the, a little bit of dark shading that's been smudged there, but this portion is actually quite nicely done. The linings here, not looking at the boots, the linings are quite cleanly painted compared to the left leg that came from Booster Gold, which I already reviewed. Now the boot here is not really well done. There's a bit of smudge here. You can see the lining is not really well painted. There's a bit of bleeding going on in the back here. Some of the linings are faded off, not really well done. And you can see the plastic cut is not really well done as well. Bottom section, there's just nothing, just pure plain flat with a little bit of hole there. Now this is just only the right leg, so I don't want to babble too long on the right leg itself, so I'm just going to put this on one side. Now let's take a look at his accessory, Blue Beetle's BB gun. As you can see, the BB gun is actually painted in silver with a bit of metallic blue going on. As you can see, there's a bit of metallic blue here, and the handles has two spots of metallic paint job, metallic blue paint job. On the other side, this one looks very dirty. It's not really well painted. The gun is nicely molded. There's a bit of trigger there. Also, when you look at it, it looks like a hairdryer. And funny thing, like always, they always imprint the word China onto their accessories. There's a big old China word here. Now you can store this onto Blue Beetle's either side of the hands itself. You can hold it quite well, or store the weapon directly to his holster, like so. Now you have to push the holster all the way in, and then you have to fiddle around with the cover here, just so you can actually plug the button in. It's a bit of a chore, but there you go. Very nice. Now let's take a look at the figure's paint job. Now the lighter blue that you see on the figure's body is not painted at all. That's pure plastic color. The darker blue and the linings are all painted, which is very cleanly done. I really like this. The belt, of course, is, as you can see, the belt is made of that plastic color with a paint job going on. Very nice. The blue has been painted on, so does the holster itself. And you can see the buckle here is painted in yellow, bright yellow. For the face itself, the flesh tone skin is nicely painted, but there's no shading going on. The eyes inside is painted very nicely done. I really like the clean paint job for this figure. Problem is, on the right sided shoulder here, when you turn the shoulder, it tends to scratch the paint job for the shoulder here. Nothing wrong with this left shoulder, it's just on the right shoulder, so I'm a little bit sad. Thanks to the cuts of the shoulder, the inside of the shoulder itself is not deep enough. And some portion of the joints itself, like the parts here, like the right sided thigh and the left sided of the upper bicep here, there's a bit of yellow, like being covered in dust. So it's still okay, it's not that bad. The paint job is absolutely gorgeous. It's very clean paint job, no paint smudges at all. Very nice, as you can see here on the side. The lining is really nicely done. Very nice. Oh, and one more thing that I forgot to mention is this little bit of scarab on the side here. Very nice. Let's take a look at the figure's mold. Majority of the figure's body, not counting the belt, holster, and the head, is basically your typical DC Universe Classics male body mold, with no changes at all. So it's a little bit disappointing. Of course, there's not a lot of changes. You still got the nice little muscle tones going on the side, the abdomen, muscles on the arms, very nice, thighs, and the back here. However, the back portion here, they try to plug the hole, but the plastic cut is not really well done on this section. However, I'm more impressed on the head sculpt. The head sculpt is very nice. The goggles is made of a clear translucent plastic color, as you can see, and you can see through the goggles through inside there, and you can see a pair of eyes there which is sculpted and painted. Very nice. I really like this head sculpt. Very nice. Other than that, the entire body is quite average. I just love the paint job and the head sculpt. The head sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. Let's take a look at the figure's articulation. Head can pivot downwards, upwards, and turn 360 degrees, and also side to side a little bit. Torso here, there's a little bit no friction at all, because when I bend it, you can bend forward, but it tends to snap a little bit backwards. Go backward a little bit. Waist joint turns 360 degrees. Shoulder joints here can turn 360 degrees. Lift the shoulders this high. Upper bicep turn 360 degrees. Elbow joint here can bend this far, and wrist joint turn 360 degrees. Now for this section of the shoulder is a bit tight, but you can still turn it, but you tend, well, for my version, it scratched up the paint job. Hip joints here can move forward, back a little bit, and to the sides. Lower thigh here has a swivel cut that does 360 degrees, and knee joint here bend this far, and ankle joint bend downwards and upwards. Overall, the figure is actually not bad. I really like the paint job and the head sculpt. And a nice little accessory there. So if I'm going to give a rating out of this figure, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Yes, 7 out of 10 for Blue Beetle. And I thank you all for watching. This is Lucy05, and I'm signing off.